Hello.
Happy Saturday. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Great, great. Nice to see everyone. We have Gwen. Thanks for joining us, Gwen. And Jocelyn, Gwen Hunter. I think Gwen, you just released a book, right? Or you have one coming right out very soon.
I'm struggling to hear you a little bit.
Oh,
You're a little bit muffled.
hello. I had it covered. Can you hear me better now?
Yes. I think that cleared it up.
Okay.
Yes. Much better.
Anyway, I was saying, Gwen, I think you have a book coming out. Olivia, she's writing geeky girl romances. And
Exciting.
so, yeah, but she writes under a pen name. Gwen, I'll let you put it in the message. Um, Megan Pierce is here, who I
Hey.
had the greatest call with Wednesday night when she tried to convince me that I'm really a romantic suspense writer.
Oh yeah. How'd that go?
I mean, on the light side, not the dark side. There should be a category though, light romantic suspense, which is probably mystery. But
Yeah.
because it's mostly got a romance in it, you know, I do kind of like it. And so now I'm like, I really probably should use a mystery keyword. Megan's, I think I won. It's funny. I probably should use a mystery keyword in my keywords just because you know, book three really, especially, is where the mystery kind of started. Book two has a twist. Book one, there is a little bit of a mystery, which she and I talked about. Okay, maybe I bring that back in book five. She really helped me because Megan is so good with villainy.
She is.
She
It's like she's
is,
got a talent for
I
it.
know. I'm just too nice of a person. So I need to have, somebody like Megan in my life who, not that Megan isn't nice. I'm not saying that. I'm just
She's
saying
lovely.
she has that edge to her that I don't. And so that was wonderful to chat with her through my story, and she chatted about her story, and we kind of helped each other figure a few things out. It was nice. It was a nice long talk. It was just the two of us, and so we didn't sprint. We ended up talking, I think, for 2 hours. But it's so fun to have. I do miss the plot calls and stuff, but I just can't do some evenings, and so it was just nice to catch up with her Wednesday night. So thank you, Megan. That was really cool. Villainy. I know. I mean, Megan is like my. I think she's the only author I know who writes suspense. I'm trying to think. I don't think I know anybody. And Megan, just hang out a sign. You're the villain expert. Um, I don't think I know any other romantic suspense authors. Do we? In our group, do we know anyone else? I think Megan is the only one
Not that I
I
can think of.
I consort with. So yes, Jocelyn, villainy. Megan, seriously, you're so good with ideas and thinking of these alter egos and whatnot. You should really offer like 1 hour consulting phone calls. No, I'm serious. You could probably make a killing, among authors, new authors especially, or authors who have had a couple of years, or a couple of books and trying to figure things out. Like, really good. Gwen says she wants to write romantic suspense after her Geeky Girls series is done. Um, Megan says, I don't know any other romantic suspense writers. I know a few mafia ones, but they tend to write super dark. I know. So that's what I mean. It can probably go the gamut from like light mystery romance to super dark, right? So
Yeah.
interesting. And Megan, I think I tagged you in something on Instagram. So check that out. tagged you in a post from the romantic suspense.
Yeah.
I guess, and so I'm thinking I better start reading a couple. I better find a couple like light mystery and just kind of read a few,
Yeah.
the ones that are on the lighter side of romantic suspense, just so I can make sure I'm in that, same realm of what people would read. So,
Yeah.
well, look, we have a new friend, Corey, author. Found this stream through Devon's playlist. Oh, we've had a few people find us here and there from Devon's, haven't we, Allie?
Yeah.
2 hours
Hi.
left of work.
Welcome.
Yes, yes. So getting writing done now as I promised my husband family time when I get home. That whole balance thing, huh, Allie?
Yep.
And we thought today we might chat in between our sprints about, this is the start of a new year, so it is a good time to think about balance and establish some new routines for writing, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was just right before I got in here with you, I was in the HEA group that I've mentioned here before. They were doing a session today on planners, which, you all know I have like multiple planners off to the left side of me here. Planner freak. I know, but you'll be proud of me, Ellie. I have not bought a new planner this year. I am
very proud of you.
Yes, I am using what I have up. So
they're not dated, right?
Well, for example, do you want the rundown? Real quick rundown.
Sure, do it.
There's a pile, a stack. You know how readers have like book stacks? I have like planner stack. So I've got, this is the one that I used to death last year.
Yeah.
That's the one I used to death. And I, in the back, not only for daily, for real work and book work, I used it to death, but in the back it had like 25 or so pages, 2-page spreads for each book that you're publishing and writing. And I have all my books from last year in it and all the ones I'm using this year. So I'm still using it just for those sections, which I suppose I could tear out and put in another planner. Then, of course, I bought this really pretty one last year, saving it for, look how pretty. Plastic,
that is very pretty.
like, and it's just a plan. It's not anything to do with writing, but it just was your typical planner. And I'm like, I'm going to save that for January. I opened it in January and it was a July to June. But now it's too pretty. I can't just set it aside. So I'm using it January to June because, I wasted money on it. So
yeah.
I have to use it. And then I've got
just keep going and use the other half next year. It'd be fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it stops in June, so like I'll be done with it in 6 months.
Yeah, but go back to the beginning and use that missed 6 months.
Yeah, I think I ended up tearing them all out. Yeah, I tore them out because I was like, oh, well, this is done. I guess I could have used it as notebook. I know, right? I'm just so ridiculous. I'm still using the 10K a day. Look, I've tabbed it. Look at all my pretty tabs. Like, and I've got everything ready for it to go. So in July, I can start using this.
Okay.
And then just one more that I'm using. Just one more. Only one more. And it is, I've talked about this before on here, the Sierra London Marketing More Books, which is filled with all kinds of sheets and stuff to fill in to help you market your books. And I used it about 1/4 of the year last year, so I've got it all set up for this year. So there we go. 4 planners to keep me organized this year. It's ridiculous. Oh, what are our goals? Gwen wants to know goals. Okay, Allie, you want to start?
What did I say? I think I said I wanted to finish this book that I'm writing by the end of January. Publish it, hopefully maybe around September time, and write and publish a second one. So hopefully writing a second one from February, and then hopefully publishing that second one before the end of the year. That's my goals.
I love those goals, and I have heard many authors say that the first one tends to take the longest, but then the next one is quicker. I think your confidence builds, and you know what you're doing. You kind of know what you're doing, and I love those goals, Allie. Love them.
And I think if you're writing the series, especially, there's a bit less work to do for the second because you've already got a lot of the world building done.
Yeah.
So.
And in your case, is your first one going to continue to your second, like the same couple in the second
No,
one? Or are you doing different couples, but they'll be
different couples.
interconnected? Yeah. Okay.
It's like contemporary romance, but with paranormal elements.
Right.
Yeah.
Or is it women's fiction paranormal? Had you decided with this
No,
one?
I think it's romance.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I think, yeah, it
Yeah.
might be. It might have a bit of a women's fiction flavour at certain points. We'll see.
Wonderful. Okay. Gwen says she's doing publishing 3 books she wrote last year and writing 3 new ones. Love it. Okay, so my goals are finish this series. I have a duet coming out next summer that is mostly written. I just really need to work on editing and getting them finished. I'd like to get them out as summer reads because I already made the covers and they're summery looking. It's so funny. That's my only goal. I gotta get these up because they're summery. I guess I could put them off to next summer or change the covers. But anyway, that's my plan, is to get them out. And then I'd like to start a small town series later in the year, which the first book is actually dripping out a chapter a month anyway, so it'll be somewhat done by fall. I may or may not get the second one follow up to that this fall. I might put that off to the following year, but anyway, I also am in a group where we're putting out Christmas series. So I only have one book to write for that, and they're going to be like 40 to 60,000 words. So they're not like, huge, but that's already plotted and ready to go. And that's been fun to chat with that group of authors. And we have openings if anyone's interested, because we have 6, maybe 7, a possible 8th. We're okay if we stay at that level, but we kind of were thinking 12 would be kind of cool. So anyway, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
A collaboration is fun. So I'm trying new things this year. Collaboration, which I've been wanting to do. So the collaboration with other authors will be fun. I have news, Allie.
Tell me news.
I know. I decided, okay, I'm working full time again, so more money's coming in. So I decided, this gives me a chance to test, what do I want to test this year? And I decided I want to put out my first audiobook and kind of roll through that process over the next several months. So I learn all about it and learn, what I'm doing. And so I started auditions for the narrator on ACX, which I'm going to be non-exclusive. I don't want to be exclusive Amazon there, but I'm using, the audition and the format and stuff. I came across a guy who is the guy, and I'm like, there's like, Allie, there's something so cool, because I'm like listening to him, it's okay. Or you can really tell there's a difference between an audio narrator who like has some acting, because you can tell that they're like the character, right? Versus somebody who's reading and, and definitely good at enunciating every word, but like there's like an emotional difference, right?
Yeah.
So this guy came on and I'm like, this is Daniel, like this is Daniel's voice. And it was like, oh my God, you get all the feels. And every time I listened to like his 2-minute clip that he sent, I'm like, he's reading my book. And, the little, little audition excerpt I sent, he's reading it. And I'm like every time, damn, his voice is so hot. And he just gets the guy. And I'm like, holy crap. And so, Allie, I can't wait for that to happen to you.
That's
honestly.
awesome.
Because,
How exciting.
It's fun. I wonder if it was the same Morningstar's here. I feel bad too, because Morningstar's husband has COVID. I hope she's going to be okay. Morningstar, thanks for being here. But I really, I get now when Morningstar said, and she started her audiobook process and she realized that the girl that she had found to be her character was it, like there's just something really cool about it. So anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening.
That's very cool.
In a long roundabout way. Gwen Hunter, I don't know if I could keep a straight face listening to my books being narrated. I don't know how the narrators keep a straight face. Especially with steamy romance. And they have to say all the words. And I'm like, okay.
Stop talking now.
I don't know how they do it, but okay. Do they get turned on while narrating, while reading these steamy scenes?
Would you be able to tell if they did?
I mean, clearly not. But I mean, listening to this guy's voice, I could picture.
There's, I'm sure there's a husband and wife narrator team that do like some books together.
Hmm. Hmm. There was a few auditions that came in as couples, but it would be
Yeah.
like, I really like the girl's voice, but not the guy's voice. Or I really like the guy, but not the
Oh.
girl. And then it's like, well, how uncomfortable is that to go to them? Maybe that happens a lot. Gee, thanks for sending, but I only like half
I
of
have
you.
to
You know,
swallow you.
I know that was a little uncomfortable.
There was nothing wrong with the other one. You're just not the right voice for my
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. But it was interesting because I am flagging the ones I like. Because like one of them, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the girl in book 3, and the other one was like, oh my gosh, he could be so and so in another book. And so it was interesting to be able to favorite, a few of them, and
Yeah.
hopefully go back to them later if
Do
I
you
want to
get
keep
to add
going.
little notes to them, like you'll be good for book 3?
I can
Book
message
2.
them. So like if I want to,
Okay.
and say, I guess I would say like, I'm hoping to do the whole series. So when I get around to book 3, would you mind if I reach out to you then? Who knows if they'll be available at that point, but it's a
Yeah.
crapshoot, I guess, because I don't really want to contract anybody for the rest of the series yet or anything. So,
No.
I know 2 narrators. So I've heard that lately, and Kylie Loring does now. She's doing like almost every voice, like. The guy will say his part when it's the girl's chapter and the girl is narrating and saying her part, and vice versa. And I love that, but I don't know how much it costs. So I'm kind of, this is just the entry stage. Now that I've kind of identified who I want to work with, I need to go to them and like negotiate the next step, negotiate the price, and do the contract and everything. And so I'm kind of dragging my heels on that because I don't immediately want to like have everything done. And, a couple of them were like, I can get this done in the next 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, I just wanted to give this my first go round. I wasn't planning on marketing an audiobook by March. So it's an interesting process. So I will keep you posted on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey to everybody. If you have goals and stuff you're working on this year, put them in the chat. And yes, there are 2. Do you like them, Kate? Do you like them when there's 2 narrators, a guy and a girl? I mean, I used to listen to audiobooks all the time, driving to work 2 hours a day, and it would always be, the girl would narrate the whole thing, changing her voice, And some of them are really good at changing their voice, and you get into it, and it's fine. But I don't know though. If I had the option and it wasn't too much more money, I guess I would go with 2 voices. And do like a radio play. Wow. That's amazing. Until I can force myself to be ready. I do like when they're 2. Okay, Allie. So we'll keep an eye on the chat. Put in the chat what you guys are thinking of for your year this year. And Allie, we want to get all the words in, so we better get rolling. And we'll come back in 20 minutes. What do you say?
Yep. Sounds good to me.
All right. We will chat with you guys in 20.
Are you doing the video or am I?
You go ahead.
Okay.
I'll let you get practice.
See you in 20, everyone.
Howdy. How did everyone do
Hi.
that round? How'd you do, Allie? Get some stuff done? Work done?
Oh.
Whatever?
Could have been better. Got interrupted to proofread an email from my husband.
Oh.
Turns
Yes.
out he's remarkably good at the telling someone off politely.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Which
so
is-
bad at that. Yeah.
Right? Me too. And he's just like,
Wow.
no, you were bad. Now you will feel bad about it.
Wow. And like, but does he do it in a tactful way so the person
Yeah.
still likes him after that? Or is he
Oh,
like, this
I
is
don't know
it?
whether they're still going to like him after it, but I mean,
Huh.
he did his best. He's like, I'd just like you to remember that you're no longer in charge. You just need to turn up, have fun, and leave the running of it to the people who are currently in charge. Kind regards. And I'm like, does kind regards really follow that? Because I feel like,
Was he writing a man or a woman?
man, I think.
See, I think that was real direct and to the point. Men do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Us women are like, you know.
I'm really sorry to
know.
say this, but if you could kindly butt out.
Yeah, like, you know, and going into 3 more paragraphs explaining why, you know, it's like, I don't know. That's interesting. Oh, well, good for you. So you put your editing skills to use today again?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
And Megan,
How about you?
Megan has here, I'm great at telling people off politely, and I can
You
tell.
are, Megan.
Yes,
Yeah.
we know Megan's real good at that. The villainy, it's that villainy in her. You know,
Oh my God.
that's awesome. Villainy
You could
and
be
tact.
right.
Yeah, but she has tact too, I think, a little. 'Cause
Whereas
she
I
can-
just have bluntness. But maybe that just means I'm not a villain.
See, from now on, we just have to like not only use each other to help each other in our book writing world, but now we have to pass work emails through you and Megan.
I'm
So we
definitely
have
coming
two
to Megan when
filters.
I need tact for things. Yeah.
I got 113 words. I'm doing a
Yay, good
palette
job.
cleanser book. So yeah,
Mhm.
before I hit my villain in my next book.
Which
That's what I'm
one's
doing
that?
for the month of January. Well,
Which one's what are you doing for your palette cleanser?
it's actually an MM romance that I'm writing for a different pen name that I would like to get out there.
Kristen, you've got all these things going on that you have not told me. What the heck? How dare you? See, I've got no tact.
This is going to be Insta Love, very quick, like an hour,
Mhm.
2 hour read. It's not huge, but it's an idea that I percolated and actually been, you know, writing little scenes for, you know, as my palette cleansers along the way. So that's what I just decided.
Cool.
January, I want to work on doing some editing skill building and just kind of work on this. And I'm also trying to figure out how to redeem a villain in book 4 or book 5.
Mhm.
And so, so that's what I'm up to. Great at time. Let's see. Skill, tell off somebody politely. Almost got
It
a
is.
section edited, but had to mediate a screaming match. See, Kate's also got some skills there. That's, between your daughters, right? Your children. That's a skill right there. That's a skill. Never a dull moment. I was called out to make more food. Aw, she's poor Morningstar's playing nurse today too.
Yeah.
If you can't say in at least 4 work appropriate ways,
I can't.
that
I
has to
just
be a
can't
good.
handle it. I just want people to just say it. It's so much easier than me trying to go, oh God, you were trying to insult me. I'm so sorry. I hadn't actually noticed. My apologies.
I'm really thinking that this conversation, but between things you've said, Allie, and things Megan has said, are going to end up in one of my books someday. Because this is a great line right here, Megan. If you can't, but I think I was going to say, Megan, you got to put that in your book. But Megan's writing mafia romance, and they probably don't care if they say F you 4 times.
Yeah. See, my folks came over, and my dad was talking about a local person,
Mm-hmm.
and we're relatively sure that local person died a while ago. But he was being so careful, just in case he was slanderous, and I'm like, so you think he was embezzling? And my dad was like, I did not say that. No, but I finally managed to translate all the big words you did use down to actual honesty, and that's what you meant.
That's funny. Trying to decipher, what was being
Yeah.
said. I'm not good at deciphering. Like things
I'm
go over
not.
my head all the time. I'm not
Like,
good at that.
seriously, the number of times I think people are probably insulting me, but it only comes to me like 5 days later, and I'm like, oh God, they wanted me to go away. They should
Yeah,
just have said it, because there was no way I was getting a hint that subtle.
I'm taking a photo of what Megan said. Sorry. Yes, I know. I'm the same way. 3 days later, I think of the perfect thing to say, and it goes unsaid.
Wow, Megan, good job. Whoops, I took it off. My bad. 1300 so far today.
Good job, Megan. Oh my gosh. Always something. Woohoo. Yes, my children. My characters swear a lot. Oh, I took it off. Sorry.
It's alright. That's what we get with both of us clicking.
No, it's all good. How fun.
Hey, Easy Graphics!
We were both like, oh my gosh. I was
We
thinking
get
of
so
you, and
excited to see you!
I sent him a message yesterday because he's been so quiet. He was
Yeah.
contemplating the new year, I suppose. Tell us what you've been up to, Easy. Okay, so it is the new year. So how do we get back into goals and writing and all that kind of stuff? I was just thinking, I was reminded, and I think that's why I started talking about planners before we got started on the thing. Was remember last year I did sticker charts? Like if I wrote today, I got a little
Yes.
sticker on the calendar. I would put each day my word count. If I wrote today, I got a little sticker. If I wrote a lot of words, I got a big sticker. And the sticker charts were
Yes.
so, and I got away from those about half of the year. I don't know if I'll start them up again this year, but for anyone out there who needs, even just that little, visual motivation, a sticker chart is so fun.
Yeah.
If you have lots of stickers lying around, or give yourself a gold star on the day. I don't know. I guess little rewards. I have never done this because I'm just an instant gratification person. So, but Allie, have you ever done a thing where if I do this or this thing for an extended amount of time, I'm going to reward myself with this? Like, are you that kind of a person? I guess there's people out
No.
there who do that.
Yeah. No, I'm more just, I need to do the thing, so I'm going to do the thing.
Yeah. Like, oh, here, easy graphics. Reward myself with a cup of tea and a biscuit. I know. Alana Johnson says, hey, you just did that thing for 15 minutes. Time for a cookie. It's like lots of cookies. My mom always kept chocolate chip cookies in her desk drawer. I don't know if she used it as a reward. I just know she had them there, and that's what she would munch on all the time. Yeah. Thanks for being here, everyone. Isabella, everybody. So reward systems might be fun for some people, if I and don't make the rewards too long. Maybe like a month might be too long, but I could see going a week. I told my husband every night this week I have managed to get back to cooking. Like I have actually gotten meat out a day before, so it's actually ready on time. I have said, when we're eating dinner, I will tell everyone what I plan to make the next night for dinner, because I am not a dinner planner. I am not a make the menu person. I don't even make a list to go shopping. I get the same groceries all the time. But like something's happened this past week in doing this that I have actually managed to cook every night. So I said to my husband, gosh, hasn't it been night every night this week? I've actually cooked. We've cleaned up afterwards. The kids have come down, I think, half the time and eaten with us. And the other half, they just come down when they want and heat it up later. But, I think I deserve a date night. I think I deserve dinner out, And so I said, Sunday, you should, Daddy should take me out to dinner as a reward. I just was being jokingly, but I mean, I thought that was kind of cool. And he actually wrote me and he said, how about dinner tonight? Like, okay. But yeah, but I guess in your writing, you could treat yourself to a manicure or an ice cream cone or something, whatever it means the most to you if you get writing. If I can eat healthy for a month, maybe I'll give myself a petty. Yes. Pack of chocolate chip cookies. So Morningstar is a reward person. That's cool. Very cool. Um, I've been doing 6 a.m. writing and I love it, Ali. I love it. Love it, love it. I wish you would join us. I
Someone
know
has to.
that's your writing time or your walking time. And that's good, that you're
Yeah.
giving yourself that time and doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I love it because I'm meeting people in Clubhouse and writing at 6 a.m. And it's so funny. It's like I actually am getting words in every single day. Sometimes I write longer, like once I take the kids to school, come back and maybe write another hour as well. But all my words are in. And then the rest of the day is like bonus. And I feel so
Yeah.
accomplished. Ali, sometimes I look at I'm like, it's noon and I've done all this stuff because I've done like my words are in, my real work is going. And it's like this feeling of accomplishment has come over me because I started this middle of December, a couple weeks before
Hmm.
Christmas, the 6 a.m. thing as a test to see if I could do it. It's been working great. My sleeping, getting to bed a little earlier is getting better, and so I started up again this week, and I'm just like, what is wrong with me that I never did this before? So that's been a big help as well, especially when you work another job, is just being able
Yeah.
to find whether it's a late night when everyone else is asleep or you're getting up early in the morning. It's a sacrifice, but being
Yeah.
able to get the words in and feeling accomplished has really made a huge difference.
I just don't know how you manage to get the words in at that time of morning. Because I can be up at that time of morning. I can. But my brain is still not up at that time of morning. I'd have to get up at like 3 in the morning, kick my brain awake for 3 hours, and then maybe I could do stuff at 6 a.m.
Well, oddly, I've always been a morning person, so
Yeah, I have
I
not.
pretty much get up and I'm like, especially if I have something, a project and I love writing. I love writing my stories. And so I don't know. I just get up and I've been a morning person, even if I'm super tired or had 3 hours sleep. I can get up and just, I'm just the sunshine bouncy girl person. So it's probably easy for me. I mean, I'm tired sometimes, yeah. And later in the day, literally, I'll be at my computer going like this,
Right?
and I don't do
Like,
naps. But then I'll get a second wind, and I'll be up a little too late. Like I probably live on 5 hours of sleep a night, and then I'll make up for it like once or twice a month, and have longer sleep periods. I don't know.
yeah, I can't do that. That'd be nice. I'd have so much more time if I could live on like 5 hours sleep.
Season of sacrifice.
Hmm.
I know. I don't know why, Ali. I mean, would I love to sleep more? Heck yeah, because I think it's better for my body to get more sleep. But so I applaud you for getting in your sleep. I really
I
do.
don't know.
Because
Do
it
you know,
is healthy.
it, they say it's healthy, but I reckon the healthiest thing is getting the amount of sleep that your body needs. Unless, for example, your body needs a huge amount more sleep because there's something wrong with it in some way, like it's not healthy in another way and thus it's trying to sleep more to become more healthy. But I think if you are naturally waking up after just that amount of sleep and you're awake and alert and whatever, then obviously your body is fine with it. It's doing well. And so I don't think it's unhealthy to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I have a mind over body thing because I can just get up and, I'm excited. I mean, there are mornings where I get up and I'm tired, but I don't know, the excitement overtakes me and I just put it aside and hide it well. But yeah, I agree with you. I think at some point your body knows you need more and you do more.
Yeah.
Um, oh, poor Megan had to be forced awake this morning. Oh,
I'm
Morley
sad for
post.
you, Megan.
I know. I
I
used to
would.
be 2 a.m. That's you too, right, Allie? You'd rather
See,
stay up late.
Kristen can do it either end of the day. It's ridiculous. She's like, I could be up till 4 a.m. I was working real hard. All the stuff was flowing. I got up at 6 a.m. I was working really hard. All the stuff was flowing. Not generally one after the other.
Sometimes. Yeah, I think the latest during this whole 6 a.m. trial period is like I was up until 3 or 4 a few nights and still got up at 6. But those were the days where then later, after lunch at the computer,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, oh my God, I can't keep my eyes open.
Because
So
you
it
only
does
got three
hurt.
hours sleep.
Yeah, it does hurt. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. It does hurt. But I feel like I'm short-term gain sacrificing to get the things that I really want to get done.
Yeah.
And but it's not for everybody. And I think the point is to find out when you're the most productive, and to
Yes.
fit it in your life, because we all have lives, we all have work, we all have kids, and
Yeah.
we all have husbands with their schedules that we have to work around, because heaven forbid they work around our schedule.
Right.
That's a whole nother topic for another day.
I've been trying to go to bed with my toddler the last few nights because he's really wanted me to go to bed with him, which completely messes up any extra time I might have because I'm not getting back out of bed at like 10 o'clock when he's finally asleep.
Yeah.
Because then I'm half asleep too, So
That whole transition from, sleeping with our loves, our children, and the comfort of it, and then, transitioning them out of that so they can sleep. I mean, I remember that well,
See,
Ellie.
he does he'll go through phases where he'll go to sleep perfectly happily with Daddy, or he'll want me, and at the moment he wants Mummy.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But those moments
I'm
won't
just trying to
last
make the
long.
most of the snuggles.
I know. That's right,
It's not
Ellie. You have the
snuggly.
right. You have to do what works for you, and those snuggles don't last long. So I don't know if your children are like this. I have one child is absolutely not a snuggler, hugger, nothing. Like, and my other child hugs me a million times a day, and I will take every one of them. I
Yay.
love it.
Yes.
Do
All
you
the
have that too?
snuggles.
Yeah, they're so opposite. I don't know.
Yeah, the eldest is a bit more snuggly, but Charlie will do snuggles when in his time. Not necessarily when I want the snuggles, but he wants enough of them, so it's all good.
It's a good point. What if you're a shift worker and you only have so much on your shift? I mean, there's lunch hours, there's breaks, even on your phone. I use my audio on my phone a lot, going to pick up the kids. I get the best ideas driving to school and picking them up, and I use my phone audio to record whatever idea, and then I come back and type it later. Um, but yeah, I get it. And it might just be, maybe stopping off for a coffee at a donut shop real quick and sitting there with your phone and typing away, even 15 minutes of words, can help. It's just the of little chunks of finding ways to get those words in. I remember in January, February, when we started, and I was like, I'm going to write 1,000 words a day. And that was my goal on the sticker chart. And I wouldn't always get those 1,000 in on a sprint that we would do, but I would get it in like, here's 10 minutes and I can just quickly do something. Here's another 5. Here's, and all that time adds up. So it just, it is hard, and it's tough. And maybe it's just you're writing on the days off and not on the days you work, but you find, ways to fit it in, and
Yep.
make your goals depending on your lifestyle. Any thoughts for the shift worker, Ali?
Join Kristen's 6 a.m. sprint right at the end of your shift. Get
True.
your words, and then pass out in a coma.
See, Easy, you're on East Coast time, Easy. You can join us at 6 a.m. There you go. That'll work. You know how to reach me. All right, we are talking so much today, and we want to do 2 more sprints. So let's do our next 20, and then we'll just briefly check in. We won't get into a long diatribe, and then we'll do another 20. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just been a while. We haven't really chatted a whole lot, so it's good.
We haven't. No.
All right, I'll push the button. We'll go ahead into our 20.
Okay. Oh, it's on the 0. Yay!
Yay! Okay.
See you in 20.
We are back.
We are Megan, not Megan, Kate. I've just read your link in the group from Neil Gaiman. That is perfect.
Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have to go look now. What'd you say? Oh, hey. What is it? Missing.
Huh?
Oh, missing things. How to seduce a
Yes.
writer.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's great.
Oh,
Shall I read it to you?
yes.
It goes, in my experience, writers tend to be really good at the inside of their own heads and imaginary people, and a lot less good at the stuff going on outside, which means that quite often if you flirt with us, we will completely fail to notice, leaving everybody involved slightly uncomfortable and more than slightly unlaid. So I would suggest that any attempted seduction of a writer would probably go a great deal easier for all parties if you sent them a cheerful note saying, "You are invited to a seduction. Please come to dinner on Friday night. Wear the kind of clothes you would like to be seduced in." And alcohol may help too, or kissing. Many writers figure out that they're being seduced or flirted with if someone is actually kissing them.
That's funny.
That's fantastic.
So true. We're so in our own little world. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Easy Graphic says, where do you guys go to get your ideas for stories? I'm searching for stories that demonstrate growth. Well, every story should. Overcoming some challenges, like conflicts. Any ideas where to go for some ideas? You know, there's a couple things. Like, I'll listen to music and try and listen to the words and think, that would make a really good story. You know, you can use music as a jumping off point. If there's a, Ali, have you ever done that? Like, listen to a song and listen to the words and be like, wow, there's a story there that probably many other stories have launched off of too, but the way you write it and the characters you create and the plot you generate from it is going to be different from anybody else's view.
It was a writing prompt actually I got in a little free course that I did that was like, turn on the radio, take the first song you hear and write a story. So I turned on the radio and took the first song I heard and was starting to go into a little bit of a feminist rant and then ended up killing someone. So that escalated quickly.
But sometimes we need that opens your mind to creativity, right? So I think songs are a really good motivator. Songs can also be a good mood generator. Like, there's one song right now that I absolutely adore, and it's called Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. And that song is what I listen to when I'm writing the small town stuff, whenever I have a scene in mind and stuff. Because that couple is like a country couple, and, they're just the hotness between that song just does it. And I think I hear a lot of authors, I don't often relate music to each of my stories, but in this particular case, yes. So I think music can be a really good motivator. Megan's really good about dreaming. I'm not,
yes.
But I can go for a drive in the car and something will come to me. So similar prompts, wherever you find, in the shower, going to the bathroom, like, inspiration. Once your mind opens a little to some possibilities, I think, some ideas can come to you. But what if you're just not an idea person? Like, I've always been an idea person and imaginative, but there are people who just are not idea people. Like, what do you suggest?
There are so many story prompts. Reedsy send me out 5 story prompts every week, which is awesome, and I have them all starred in my email. So should I ever run out of ideas, I'm going to go back through that. But one of the groups that I'm in had they had a prompt. Someone found like a page that does like first lines, just random first lines, and some of those were just awesome. Like, everybody trusts me with their husband, and they really shouldn't. And I could get such a great story off that.
Oh my gosh. Talk about a villainess.
I'll find it for you, right? I'll find it for you, Easy. I'll find you the link and put it in the group. The Reedsy one was for their competition that you can submit a story to every Thursday or Friday, I think, and I signed up for that, and they send you the prompts for that every week.
And I think you can probably search, because I know there was a book on I guess I'll have to look at it too now. The suspense, romantic suspense prompts. There's a lot of romance prompts, but like even if you're writing
There's
fantasy or
hundreds.
anything, just Google what genre you want to, hone in on writing prompts, and you'll, find specific genre ones, which I think are really
Yeah.
important, to start with.
Although, just bear in mind, a lot of them are awful. You go, oh my god, did a robot come up with those? Like,
Probably.
they are the most
That is the next
bland,
thing.
formulaic,
Yeah.
generic.
I think though, even if you're looking at those, and yeah, they might be bland or generic, but that gives you the opportunity. It's just a jumping off point. Use your imagination. How can you make a twist on it or make it better? You know, I don't know,
I just,
sometimes use the situation but change it up a little, Yeah.
I find they just kill me. I look at
Yeah.
it and I'm like, okay, I've literally got nothing. There are no ideas in my brain because you just made my brain dribble out of my ears, and that was unpleasant. So.
Trash Panda. He loves
Trash Panda!
That's funny.
Everyone's got to
Yeah.
have a trash panda.
Random generators. There's generators for names, generators for titles of books. Like, what's so funny is on Etsy, I've discovered there's a great few designers of pre-made book covers on Etsy. And when they make their or any pre-made book covers, like I'll get inspiration from that even, because like there will be a really great cover and they've come up with a title already, and I'm like, oh wow, like like your imagination can take off just from seeing that. I mean, sometimes the titles they come up with are almost better than anything I could come up with,
Yeah.
So there's that. And I hate to say it, but ideas have been reused and reused and reused. Like,
Yeah.
I know there's people who say there's never really any more unique ideas. I think the premises have been used so much through time for
Yeah.
stories. It's the uniqueness is what you bring to that idea. So
Yes.
even like,
Exactly.
let's say you watch a movie, and this is where some writers get started with what's it called, fan fiction. Like if you have a very favorite movie or show, try your hand at writing, something different for that couple, or maybe you didn't agree with a certain series or a certain scene or a certain particular episode, have a hand at writing your own. And that just gets you, again, a way for your creative mind you got to work that creative muscle sometimes, to really get it to be able to get these ideas going too. Look at another thing I love looking at is just one more, and then we'll go into our next 20 because I know we're talking again. But there's a TV tropes. Pinterest, yeah. TV tropes. I'll look at the website and put it up here. But I love exploring tropes because there are actually hundreds of tropes. So fun. And there is this one trope database. It's actually tvtropes.org. Actually, that was easy. Oh my gosh, I love looking, because there will be a lot of these like typical scenarios, but when you put your own spin on it, that's where it becomes your story. So you can start with one of these, and then because each trope, it'll give you an exactly how to write that trope, not necessarily a step-by-step, chapter by chapter, but like what is kind of typical in that trope, and then what could be atypical. So I really like that that website, tvtropes.org. That's a great place to explore.
Although you've reminded me of something. Easy, if you really want, there are people who will come up with an idea for you, and for some money they will also plot out that idea and give you a chapter outline of it, and then all you've got to do is write it.
Yeah. And there's ghostwriters too, right? There's ghostwriters who can hire too if you don't even want to write it.
That's the idea.
So Kanika
you have to come up with the idea for ghostwriters, don't you?
Yeah. I think it can go both ways. I'm not sure.
Right.
But Kanika in our group, she uses ghostwriters for some of her stuff. And I thought she was saying she had an idea, and then the ghostwriter will put in their ideas too, and they kind of co-write it, but it's really under contract for Kanika.
Yeah.
But that could be one thing. Or even if you do come up with a very basic premise, you could then hire a ghostwriter from there, and everything kind of expands from there.
Yeah.
And easy. I know you're very technically proficient, and AI is coming down the road, much to Megan Pierce's dismay. They will actually write a book for you.
They will.
They'll-
And then you'll
they'll
just have to go in
narrate
and make
it
sure
and-
it makes sense and has a
Yeah.
good story. And
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
it'd be like editing.
Crazy. Pinterest spent 5 days before I found my way out. That's funny. Yeah, love me some Pinterest. Anyway, we better go. One more
Yes.
20. Shall we do one more 20?
One more
Let's do
sprint.
it.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
All right, everyone. We'll see you in 20.
See you in 20.
Bots beware, we are back. We are back. We wear onions around our neck to keep them at bay. Garlic, not onions. Is it garlic?
A few steaks.
Yes, exactly. How'd everyone do? What'd you do? Allie, did you get a lot accomplished today?
I've done about an hour and a half of work so far, so
Okay.
not the best, but yeah, never mind.
But you had a little break chatting with us and a few laughs and, help get you a smile on your face while you're working the rest of the day.
Makes it all worthwhile.
Yay, Isabella got 358. How'd everyone else do? I ended up
Isabella.
293 that round, so we're doing good.
Very nice.
Let's see, anyone else? Tell us how you did.
Gwen.
Go ahead.
Great job.
Good job. 463, 1378. Awesome.
Very nice.
Awesome. Anyone
Megan,
else?
what you on?
Kate, Megan.
Megan was steaming away earlier.
Isabella's doing Wattpad. Awesome. Good job. It's great. Get your chapter written, edited, zip it up there. It's awesome. Morningstar, how's your editing going? At Morningstar's nurse and editor today. For Morningstar. It's never fun to nurse a human man.
It's not.
0 words, but Easy, you were our entertainment for today. You were so good to have back.
Yes.
We love you here. And we hope we gave you some good ideas, finding your good ideas. So, it's all good. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Isabella, I don't recall she's writing fanfic. It's either fanfic or something she's writing, obviously. But I do recall we had a conversation with her previously, didn't we, Allie, about that?
Oh, I don't have memory for that. That
mommy,
does not stick.
mommy brain. I actually put mommy brain in this last book. It's in there, Allie. Thinking of you while I wrote it.
It's
mommy brain is real. Mm-hmm. Megan, 295 is time piercing together. Megan Pierce is piercing together 2 old scenes, and that's a laborious process. Good.
Yes.
Kate reached her goal for edits, about 5 sections done. Awesome.
Great job, Kate.
Morningstar editing away, but slowly, ready for a rest. Yes, I'm sure
too.
You deserve it. You all deserve it. That's awesome. So anyway, today we had a great writing sprint. Lots of people joined us. We love that. And we took a little longer because we were chatting, but it was fun. And just to close out this whole topic of remotivating ourselves for the new year, just remember why. Like, why are you doing this? And, Allie, I think each of us has our own, why. But if you can answer that, I think that helps you figure the rest out. And so my why has always been, I just have stories to tell, and I'm going to tell them because that's what I want to do. And I like to tell my stories, and I know I get better with each story. And, I actually, unfortunately, because of marketing, I do have to care that people like my stories. But I honestly, when I write a story and I put it out there, honestly, if I like it, I'm happy. Like, I don't really care if anyone else loves it or hates it or whatever. They're going to do what they're going to do because you can't please everyone. But I have stories to tell, and I want to put them out there. And I feel like each one of us has stories to tell. And why are we doing this and so passionate about putting out there? It's not because we think we're going to make $1 million our first year writing, but it's because, we hope we want to be those, we want to make money at this. But I think the initial burst is that you really have to love story. You have to love telling a story and want to have your stories out there. And I think that's really, having that why as you're thinking and moving ahead for this year is good. And then, like you said, Allie, one book, you want to have done and ready to publish and be working on book 2. So you back that up. How many words? When do you need to have this done to send it to an editor? And how many months are left? Divide that up. How many weeks are left? Divide that up. How many times a week do you write? Divide that up. And you come up with some sort of a sense of the words you need. And keeping that why in mind keeps you going, hopefully, so that you will get those words, and don't, I know for some of us, I'm motivated by knowing what my word count is. I think, Allie, it's not necessarily a big motivation for you to have these, the pressure of word counts. And so it depends on who you are. But I think you kind of still need a sense of, if I realistically want to get this book ready to publish or publish so many books this year, I had that desire in my heart to publish since 2016. And last year I just knew it was just a thing. And so that was my why. I wanted my stories out there and get published. And so whatever your why is, you need to know somewhat your word count and somewhat what's going to happen, how to fit it into your life. Because otherwise, if none of us do that, then we don't really move things forward, and you can move forward slow, and that's fine. It's nothing wrong with it. But knowing all that, I think, just feeds off of each other. And then, of course, the balance, in your life. Don't lose your loved ones and what's important to you. And we had a lot of talk about balance at the end of last year and stuff. And it's real, trying to chase what you want in life and your dreams combined with reality is tough. And so those are the three things that I'd say are definitely things that you have to kind of work on as you're trying to get remotivated or motivate yourself for this year. And then support. And we're here for all of you. We're here for Allie.
Yeah, we are.
We're here for each other. Allie and I are probably total opposites, which I think makes this work because Allie is Allie and I am me, and together we operate in perfect harmony on this writing sprint.
That's right.
And you get the best of both types of people, and I think a lot of you are one or the other as well, so or somewhere in between. And what is balance? Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, hopefully these sprints help you all. I know they help Allie and I. And we're glad to be here. We're going to try and get back to tackling a topic each week. So we're not just chatting about food.
I mean, we'll have to chat about food occasionally because otherwise, who would we even be?
We will. I know. It's our thing. But yes, I think publishing as a young teen, I'm all for it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I do recall, I think we have chatted before. Yeah. I think it's awesome. I say go for it. Do whatever you can. Get that experience this time in your life. You're living at home and can do this with the support of supportive adults around you. And if you don't get support at home, just keep coming here. We'll support you. And, and go for it. There's a lot to learn in this business. And oh my gosh, Allie, could you imagine if Isabella Cox started writing now, and by the time she was 18 she had 20 books, knew what she was doing. She could be a full-time writer for her life. I mean, that's pretty amazing. But tell your stories. If you have stories, Isabella, get them out there. That's fine. I say don't hold back. Impressive. I know. Speaking of food, okay, here we go. I'm going to eat lunch and get back to piecing these chapters together. Thanks for the sprints. Happy to have you all back. I know. The holidays, I feel like we went through a dry spell. So it's so good to have everybody back and remotivated for the new year too. Very much. Very much.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think, Allie? Shall we wrap it up for the day?
Yep. I think we should wrap it up. Let Megan go and get some lunch.
Let you get some work done. Did you eat dinner? I didn't see your husband bring any dinner in.
I did not eat dinner because I ate a big meal just before he came home. So about 3 o'clock, so I wasn't hungry.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know it's getting late for you too, being over there in the UK. And thank you everyone for joining us. Thanks for being back.
Thank you for joining us.
So Tuesday, Allie will be back and I will try to chime in. And then Saturday. So we will look forward to seeing you all. Thanks for being here.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
You want me to hit the video? I'll hit the video.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, which of us is doing the end broadcast? Do you want to do that as well?
I'll do that as well.
Okay.
Let's say anyone who hits the video hits the end broadcast.
That works.
Sorry, guys. You get the background info here. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a good weekend.
See you Tuesday.